The Capital One Bowl. We're going to skip the Outback Bowl because we know about that right now. Capital One Bowl from the Florida Citrus Bowl at 1 o'clock. Georgia, who should have beat Bama, against Nebraska.
Nebraska clearly can't stop the run. Nebraska can't stop the pass either. Georgia clearly can run. They showed it against Alabama. They can pass. As long as Andy Murray doesn't have a horrible game and throw 5 picks.
Andy Murray, it's Aaron Murray.
Oh, is it Aaron Murray?
Yeah.
Aaron Murray.
One of those guys is a famous British tennis player who won
That's true.
Wimbledon.
It is Aaron, isn't it?
Aaron Murray is the guy that got creamed by that Alabama player after that interception. You saw that?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
that was a
God.
very clean hit, by the way. He should have his head on a swivel if he throws an interception. Nebraska's defense is awful. They're non-existent. There's no way Georgia's not going to win this game. Even though Georgia's kind of like the Sparty of the South, they find ways to lose when they shouldn't. I'm still taking Georgia to beat Nebraska, and they're going to beat them badly. Georgia all the way.
Of course, you know, I'm thinking of when I think of Georgia. This is how we do it for the dogs! Go, Georgia! Spurrier, you think visors are cool? You're gonna find something different when you see Coach Rick and the Dogs at Sanford Stadium in 2009. Which they did beat South Carolina, by the way, in that game. I looked it up. Outback Bowl, speaking of Spurrier, at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Spurrier against Hoke.
Steve Spurrier was one of my all-time idols growing up. I was a huge Florida fan ever since I saw them lose to Alabama in the first ever SEC championship game when Shane Matthews threw a pick six to, you were probably in diapers, Antonio Langham, who took it back for a touchdown. Loved Florida, loved him. Spurrier's my guy. I got an autographed picture from Steve Spurrier, personalized. This game boils down to one thing and one thing only. Jadeveon Clowney versus Taylor Lewan. Taylor Lewan.
That's a Clowney question, bro.
Clowney, they're not going to stop Clowney. In fact, the rest of South Carolina's defensive line is really good and athletic, too. Michigan's O-line is horrible. I mean, they are really bad. Taylor Lewan's going to get exposed. They'll probably shift Clowney to the other side to expose how bad the right side of our line is. They can put him in the middle to expose how bad the middle of our line is. We're not going to be able to run the ball. We're not going to be able to pass the ball. I don't care what we do. Michigan scores 10 points tops. South Carolina blows out my beloved Wolverines 35-10. And that hurts to say, but it's no contest. 35-10, South Carolina kills Michigan.
I'm also afraid of this team, but, you know, I'm a Michigan fan. Go Blue, Team 133. Michigan wins.
If you're betting money on this game and you love yourself, please bet South Carolina because Michigan has no chance. If Michigan beats South Carolina, I will come back on the Tom Green Show and I will shave my head and paint my head like the Michigan winged helmet. I will.
You want to shake on that?
See right now? See,
You're doing it. You're doing
this. If Michigan beats South Carolina, I will come back here and shave my head on the Tom Green Show.
There you go. He just made that official right here
official.
on the Green Show.
It's official.
Tom Green
I
Show.
will not welch either. I will do that.
For this nonsense Bulls, let's get to the real deal. The BCS. New Year's Day at 5 p.m. It's from our East Coasters. It's dark outside, but it's light over there. Rose Bowl game presented by Vizio. Wisconsin against Stanford.
I'd love to sit here and think that Wisconsin can pull it off with the Big Ten, but they beat Nebraska, and that win was so overrated. I don't care if they had 600 yards rushing. That win was overrated. Wisconsin's been okay this year. A little bit better down the stretch, but Stanford...
They didn't necessarily ball it up like they should have.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I can't go with the Big Ten. They suck. Stanford's a really physical team. I think they'll beat up Wisconsin. It'll be a close game. Wisconsin's offensive line and the running back will keep it close. They're going to play hard for Barry Alvarez, who's coming back to play to coach one game for him, losing Bielma to Arkansas.
Hey, you know, I think Bielma was a little bored. Oh, I can lose 5 games and still go to the Rose Bowl?
Yeah, and it's like there's no stepping stone from Wisconsin or any Big Ten school, really. So it's like, why not go to the SEC where if you have any sort of success there, you can pretty much jump to the NFL, which I'm guessing where he wants to go. But I think in the end, they lost their coach. Stanford's too good. I think Stanford wins it. Been in a close one. It should be a pretty competitive game.
Stanford wins this one because they won the pack whatever, as I call them. Stanford's decent. Wisconsin's not. Stanford wins that one.
And Mark Zuckerberg lives in Stanford, so he'll make sure they win. Because he owns the world with Facebook, yeah.